Welcome to another Monday. With the record-breaking September box office coming to an end, there were several new releases out vying for that #1 spot. With only $300,000 separating the first and third place movie, it managed to take the #1 spot, proving that September horror release is a true record breaker. I saw two of the new releases this weekend, one coming in #2 and one coming in at a low #4. So I decided to go with the loosely based on a true story film about drugs and guns in the 80s. So without any further ado, here's my take on American Made, and I'll throw in a little snippet of Flatliners at the end. Our movie begins with Barry Seal, played by Tom Cruise. He is a TWA pilot in the 1970s who is making some side money smuggling Cuban cigars into the United States. The CIA notices his skills and he's approached by Agent Schaefer, played by Domhnall Gleeson. He's originally tasked with taking surveillance and intelligence gathering photos of military outposts in Central America, but eventually graduates to flying guns into the Contras in Nicaragua. Through his escapades, he also catches the eyes of the Medellin drug cartel and begins doing some side work for them, smuggling billions of dollars of cocaine back into the US. At first alienating his wife and family, he is soon able to convince them that he is doing good work for his country and being paid handsomely for it. Life is good for the Seals. They expand their house, their possessions, and their lifestyle exponentially. They live in a town that loves them, and they take family outings to Colombia. Of course, Easy Street never seems to stay easy. Barry has a crew working with him at this point, and at every turn, several branches of American law enforcement are trying everything they can to bring them down, forcing him to pull some crazy maneuvers to avoid detection. As the movie progresses, so does the tension. Eventually, the long arm of the law will come down, and as much as that can be the end, you never realize exactly how powerful your acquaintances are. Barry is once again recruited to attempt to bring down his cartel buddies, and we wait with bated breath to see what consequences Barry may face and whether justice will be dealt from the law, the cartel, or if justice even exists. So, what to say about this one? As I said in the beginning, this movie is loosely based on a true story. I did some research after seeing it, and there are definitely some liberties taken to make it a more fun movie. As the director said, it's a fun lie based around a true story. That being said, many of the film's aspects are factual, which definitely adds an amazement factor. This is another one of those stories like Blow that deal with the criminals of the early 80s and shows the money and lifestyle surrounding the rise of cocaine. In fact, the two movies are extremely similar and both deal with the question of whether or not crime actually pays. It's a fun ride. I've said it before and I'll say it again. No matter what you personally think about Tom Cruise as a person, his movies are extremely entertaining and the way he attacks the characters is always entertaining. It's a fun film, but I do believe that it can wait for home viewing. Now for Flatliners. I love the original 1990 Schumacher movie and the powerhouse cast that came with it. My problem with the new one is that it was perfectly set up to be a sequel, but instead of taking that angle, they decided to make it into a remake, which is where it falls a little flat, but then again, I may just be prejudiced since I like the original so much. I would love to hear from someone who hasn't seen the first one, but has seen this one. I will give it credit though for trying to make it a little darker than the original. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.